Hey everyone, Paul here at Dream Guitars, and I'm really happy to share this new custom Grit Laskin guitar that Grit made for our shop. Grit and I have a wonderful relationship. We're dear friends and we've worked together a number of times. If you've seen any of the books about Grit Laskin, and he's obviously one of the masters of inlay work on guitars. He's written several books, and a number of the guitars in those books are things that he and I dreamt up together. The way we work together is pretty unique. Usually he calls me and says, hey, I'm gonna build you a guitar for next year, and then over the next few weeks I'll give him a seed or two of an idea, and then he sort of takes my seed of an idea and just runs with it. So that's what happened here. I'll get into the details in a moment, but the seed that I gave him was simply that during COVID, what's been working for me has been nature and my guitar. So to keep me sane, to keep me dealing with 2020, I live in the mountains here, and I would do a lot of hiking, a lot of sitting outside and playing my guitar. So the theme that he came up with took that concept of how nature and our guitars, for all of us, can be a beautiful thing and keep us sane and help us process the world. So that's really what this is all about. So I'm going to start with the inlay, and then we'll go over the whole guitar. So there is indeed someone sitting holding a guitar on a mountaintop. And there's a lot of detail. The thing about Grit's work is you have to look really closely. And if you own this guitar, you would be looking at it, very often and staring at it. And you'll see all new things every time you look. And then as you go down, it extends onto the fingerboard, and there's a tree next to the player, and that tree has a big branch that becomes a hand, and that hand is pushing away the world, the crazy world that was 2020. Then the rest of the fingerboard is a lot of different things that came up in 2020. So everything, of course, from the election, Black Lives Matter, Greta, all the things that made 2020, the pandemic, of course, in big letters there. It's, for all of us, it's one way or another, it's been a remarkable year. And I don't necessarily mean that in a great way. So really interesting the way he did that here. And I think he really captured my idea that, we all need a way to just get through this world. And sometimes, for me, nature and guitar is a big way. Grit does a lot of his work with composite materials that he makes himself. So he crushes stone and different things. So there's a lot of detail on this one that you can look at the pictures and be sure you upload. All right, I'm sorry, not upload, but expand them and take a good close look. So this is his standard steel string. It's a nice, great size guitar for lots of kinds of music. This one has a beautiful Sitka spruce top. Grit primarily builds with Sitka because it's so versatile and has the overtones and the character he's looking for in his voice. Grit is a phenomenal player. He's long been involved in the folk world in Toronto, Canada, where he's from, and he's a great player, and I think it comes through when he builds an instrument. So he chooses Sitka for a reason, which is he loves that it has everything. Sitka has power, it has clarity, it has overtones and warmth. It's got a lot going on. I always love his rosettes. They're so beautiful, sort of more classically inspired. His build quality is second to none. He's just really clean and beautiful. He, of course, is the creator or made famous these bevels, which people now refer to as Laskin bevels. So many other makers are doing this now, but Grit was the first. And it's beautiful. Here we have the rib rest on the back where it meets your body, and then of course the armrest on the top. So makes a larger guitar like this feel really good in your arms. Since I'm already turning the guitar around, I'll go ahead and show you on the side here the sound port. Something Grit has been enjoying doing, and Grit was one of the builders who explained this to me really well. He said that what he thinks a sound port does is changes the way the top and back fight. And I think that's a really good description, because if you've ever made guitars or talked to builders, a big part of the sound is getting the top and back to work together in a way that creates the sound they're after. So obviously if you put a hole, some sound escape or some air escape, it's going to affect everything. And it seems to be a good thing on his guitars. It's a beautiful Brazilian rosewood here, nice and dark, nice figure to it. Perfect complement for this guitar. Mahogany neck. Godo tuners with ebonized buttons. And then again, I'll give you one more look at the incredible Grit Laskin inlay work, sort of highlighting what was the year 2020 and how music and nature can help us just get through life. So there you go. I'm going to play this one for you now, and I hope you enjoy it.